Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the Bryton Ryder 550, which is Bryton's new budget computer, although it does have a lot of features of more expensive computers too. Currently it's priced at about £130 on Amazon. Okay, so with the Ryder 550, you get the head unit, you get connections for fixing it to your handlebars, and you also get a spare one of these if you've got a Garmin mount. You get a tether, a USB-C charging lead, and the booklet to go with it. So this computer has a 2.8-inch colour screen, although colours are fairly muted, but it is very easy and clear to see, certainly in daylight, when you're out on a bike, which we'll have a look at later. It's not touchscreen, it is button control, so you scroll through the screens using buttons either side. It's fully compatible with a lot of accessories such as heart rate straps, power meters, radars, and all sorts of things. If you can connect it to a computer, you can probably connect it to the 550. It's also got a climb challenge, which is when you see the topography of a climb when you're coming near a climb, although that does work when you're on a route. So you can put routes onto the computer. It's not a full mapping computer, but you can upload a route to it and you will see turn-by-turn navigation, but you won't see the map. So it's got navigation, it has got rerouting if you've got a phone with you too, because it uses the app to reroute. As I said, it is compatible with radars, and I've used my radar on this quite successfully. One feature to note that you might find interesting is that it's meant to have up to 37-hour battery life. I haven't fully tested that, but it's certainly good enough for my riding anyway, which is probably up to 10 or 12 hours a week. I wouldn't have to recharge this that often, maybe once a week, just to make sure it's got a good charge. And obviously, depending on how many accessories you have it linked to at the same time, that's going to, like any computer, make a difference to how long the battery actually lasts. You can also link it to a trainer, so if you were doing a workout or you wanted this to control the power that the trainer was doing, you can use this to do that too. It's also got live track, so you can send someone or friends a track so someone can follow where you are on the ride. And as I said, it is, in my mind, it's a great computer. If you just want a computer that's going to track your rides, it uploads to Strava, Komoot, and all those other third-party apps. So you can have that doing that directly from the computer to your phone straight away. It really is for the average rider that wants to go out and track their ride, maybe do a bit of navigation, link to various accessories they've got. This could well be the computer you're looking for. So what we're going to do first is look at how you set it up and some of its use inside. Then we're going to go outside and test it out on the road and see what it's like out there. So when you first turn it on, it'll ask you for language, and this isn't a touch screen, so you do need to press the OK button, which is this one here. Next thing you need to do is choose the units. So using the side buttons, you can go up and down, and then OK is this one over here. And then what you need to do is, with your Bryton app, open the Bryton app and then manage devices and add a new device. It's already found the 550. And you can see it's got the 550 here. So if you've got any other Bryton computers, they'll obviously be listed in your devices. And then it syncs a profile. And there we are, up and running, ready to go. All the Bryton computers are set up very easily using the app. You just go on the computer you've got, you go in bike settings, you go on data pages, and then there you've got your data pages. So the first thing will be this, a speed ring, distance, time. You can change all those data fields using the app. You can change how many things you've got on the screen, like that. And if you want to change one of the things, all you do is tap in it and then choose what field you actually want there to be in that section of the page. So we could have current power, and it changes, and it'll change that on here too. And there you can see that's the data page that I've just set up. If I want to change that, I can again go back into bike settings, go on data page, and that's page 1, and I could, for example, change the distance to distance, but call it lap distance, and it instantly changes the screen for that. So setting up the Bryton computers, I've always found pretty straightforward and easy to do if you've ever used an app. And if I want to change anything on the computer itself, all I need to do is press the down arrow here. And once you've set up your data screens the way you want, you can set up a course by going on route. So that's how you can get routes up and running. And like I said, you just use your app on your phone to do that. So if you're on your phone and you go to add routes, you can say a third-party connection like Strava. If you've sent one up, you can just click on the route, go to the dots and say download to device, and pretty soon you've got your whole route added to your device, and you can then follow that route. And then when the route's sent, you should be able to then follow it on your computer. With the maps, it doesn't show the full map. All it does is put the route in, and it'll show you turns as you approach a turn. So if you started the route, and that's the actual elevation of the route, it's okay, and it's going to guide you to where you're going. As I said, this isn't a full-on navigation unit. It will just tell you as turns come up, but it won't have all the maps and everything else on it. It is a simple unit that does the basics, and it does the basics pretty well. So if you want to set it up with a sensor of some sort, all you need to do is press the down arrow, go into settings, sensors, add sensor. I've got a heart rate strap on at the moment. Okay, and that's it, done. And there it is. And you can do that with all the sensors. And then when you want to go for a ride, all you do is press OK, and it's going to start. If you press it again, it starts the ride, and if you press it, it pauses the ride. And once you've paused the ride, you can choose to save it or discard. And when you save a ride, if you've got it connected to the app and the app's connected to Strava or something like that, it will automatically upload your ride. Okay, so let's go out on the road and see how it is out there. Okay, so here we are out on the road. I've just come back after doing about 3 hours with the Bryton Ryder 550, and it's been rock solid. Really easy to see the screen the way I've got it set up. It's got about, after 3 hours, just over 3 or 4 hours of riding with stops, it's got about 80% battery life. So make of that what you will. Whether it's going to last the 30 odd hours, I'm not sure. I have been running it with a heart rate monitor and a rear radar as well, so it's been beeping quite a lot and doing its job. But 80% is pretty good, so might be 20 hours you're going to get out of it. And as I said, if you're not running so many things, it might last a bit longer. Or you could of course have the screen brightness turned down. At the moment I've got it on about 50. But as I said, for most people going out, if you want to record your rides, see some data, upload to Strava, maybe have a bit of navigation, the 550 could be the computer you need. So if you are looking for a computer, is this the sort of computer you'd use? Okay, so let's go back and wrap it up. So having seen all that, what do I think are the good points and the bad points, if there are any? Well, firstly, I think it's a great small computer that, as I said, the majority of people out on basic rides want to record their data, and you can do quite a lot of data on it and upload it to Strava or any other third-party platform. I think that, you know, it works really well. If you're looking for something that does mapping in detail, or you want a full, really bright colour screen, maybe this isn't for you. Most of the screens when you're out riding, I find, tend to be just in black and white like that. So when you're doing a workout, maybe on the trainer, you can get coloured screens like this one up here. Or if you're out and you're doing a climb and you're on climb challenge because you've got a route set on your computer, you might get a screen like that too up here. So it is possible to have, you know, quite good coloured screens depending on what you're actually using the computer for at the time. Most of the time, like I said, I find I'm just got black and white screens like that, but as long as it's clear, to me, that's the main thing. If you've got any questions or comments about the computer, don't forget to drop those in the comments below. Hope you found the video useful and interesting. If you did, don't forget to give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed, it would be great if you could help the channel by subscribing too, so you don't miss anything like this in the future. Till next time, bye for now.